How did he die? By who? Did the police intentionally shoot the kid? Did they mean to shoot him?
They didn't need to. He was just in the window and they didn't see him.
Okay.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said they didn't need to shoot him. He was just in the window when they were shooting.
Does this remind you of anything that you experienced or that has happened in the world? Can you make any connections to the story or Melinda?
Well, a long time ago, like a few weeks ago, I saw this movie called American Sniper.
How would you relate that to this?
Well, I was watching it, and one of the soldiers, which was Chris Kyle, he shot an Iraqi kid.
Did he mean to? I didn't see the movie, so did he mean to shoot him or was it an accident?
Oh, it was an accident.
Why didn't you shoot him?
Well, because they were in war in 2002.
He's going to grenade him.
Sorry, when you remember Sam, she's come to visit before. She's my teacher coach. She's joining. Yeah, she teaches me how to be a teacher. She helps teach me how to be a teacher. Are there any other connections, Julia?
This story. Did the boy, so don't nobody know about the little boy getting shot?
Who knows about it?
Just him, right?
The narrator, and it seems like just the narrator and the police right now, right? Because he said he couldn't tell him. He didn't have the heart to tell him.
I can relate because when my cousin got shot in the head, we didn't find out that day. We found out the next day by my grandma because the boy didn't tell him. He just left the car. He just left after the car and went home.
Why do you think that was?
Maybe they was gonna blame him so he shot him.
When I used to live in the project, when I was growing up, they used to shoot up the park and we was up in the park. But we was like little kids, so we didn't know what was going on. We would go up and my first got shot in the leg. I think it was true.
Can you connect to the feelings that the narrator has? Or are they similar to kind of the feelings that you had then? I appreciate everyone being so vulnerable and sharing their personal stories. Don't feel like you have to. But would anyone else like to share a connection? It doesn't have to be to your personal life. It could be to something you see in the world that you are connecting this to. Would you like to share more, Adrienne? Is that how you felt?
Every time to my bed, you done talk, you done. That story, that little boy, he still could be alive just because he's bleeding. They don't mean nothing.
Let's go back and see if we can make an inference about whether he's still alive or not. This paragraph where it says
He's not breathing. My uncle got shot in the head.
So let's read this paragraph. I didn't see where he was hit.
I wonder if the ambulance was free. Because when the ambulance came, they didn't let nobody get up and the ambulance. So, they didn't know that. So, you know, it's called
Coma.
yeah. I think if the ambulance came, they probably treated them.
It's a coma when you, for how long? Can't people, like, don't, when you have surgery or something, don't they put you in a coma or something? What they do? Yeah,
There is such thing as a medically induced coma, yes, you're right. Sometimes they do it on purpose. All right, let's go back to this paragraph and find out, did he really die? Because Julia questioned maybe he didn't actually die. So let's go back to see, because it doesn't actually say it. We can make an inference. Kiana, can you read the paragraph where it says, I didn't see where he was hit?
said he was breathing a feeling coming over me, like I was lying on the beach at the edge of the lost world with a wave of hurt washing over my body. I looked at the kid face again. He could have been my little brother or cousin, and I wanted to say something to him, but I knew it wouldn't do anything good. I covered him up, went on outside, and closed the door behind me.
Alright, so from reading that, what inference can we make? Do we assume that he was still alive, or do we assume that he had passed away?
It says
What makes you make that
I don't mean
inference?
he passed away just because he could have been in the coma.
Does that make sense, Julia, or do you still question it?
I still don't think he could have done it.
What makes you think that?
Cause he could have just stopped breathing for like a couple of seconds or minutes. And then, yeah, like I just told everyone to, he could have been in a coma.
Okay.
And then all the blood, it probably just, he was bleeding somewhere, he just needed help. Cause my uncle, he got shot in the head, and he wasn't breathing, but he's still alive now.
What about that last sentence? What does that last sentence say, Julia?
What?
The last sentence of that paragraph.
That she just read?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. I covered him up when I went on outside and closed the door. So they don't know if he's still alive. They just closed the door and covered him up.
When they say cover him up, that's like they cared about
I did too. I thought they was about to say they covered him up and then took him outside.
Alright, so that's why it's important that we need to make inferences, because we don't always know right in the story. It doesn't always tell us exactly what happened, so I understand that there still is some disagreement.
it. But they say, but for the next story, because we didn't get to read, I know when they say they caught him.
So then, yeah, we don't know that either, right?
So we keep on reading.
So this is unfortunately the end of this short story. I
So
think
this-
there were more too.
So they start shooting again.
What do you mean?
Cause like the dog died and then this little boy died.
Then they
So
got shot in the restaurant.
Yeah, if you think back to the beginning, they were shooting in the restaurant too.
So they start shooting again after the dog.
Did they, Kaya? Did they start shooting again after the dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Basically, it's been.
Okay. So what we are going to do, and I understand this is an emotional story, and I understand that also a lot of us have personal experiences that are similar. And I understand if anyone feels uncomfortable or feels like you need to take a break at any time, you can go do that. You can go to your reward, you can go to the bathroom. But this is a fictional story. I know that it is unfortunately realistic, but it is fictional. This didn't actually happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to analyze it for the lesson, because that could be really powerful if the author's trying to teach us a message or a lesson, a theme, to really be powerful for our own lives and thinking about the world around us.
It doesn't seem like,
Melinda, see that balled up piece of paper on that table?
Yes.
Can you grab that?
it doesn't seem like it taught us a lesson.
It doesn't seem like it?
At the end, all they did, it seemed like he was cold-hearted. All they did was, they didn't do really nothing. At the end, it's really not a lesson because all they did was cover them up. So that's just saying like, you did, okay, whatever.
Really interesting point, Julia. She thinks that there wasn't a lesson at the end because nothing like really happened at the end. They just covered the boy up. A lesson doesn't always have to be like a happy ending. A lesson or a message, doesn't have to be a lesson, it can be a message, can be something that the author's trying to communicate to you that's just a reality that he's trying to say. It doesn't have to be a happy ending. And the fact you're being very observant, the fact that nothing really happened at the end could be an important part of this message.
How?
Let's see. So we are going to, this ball has a bunch of papers and questions on it. We're going to throw this around and we're going to engage in a roundtable discussion that's going to help us uncover the theme, which is a really hard skill. It takes a lot of critical thinking to uncover what the theme, because it doesn't seem apparent right now that there's any message or theme.
No,
So you got to think critically about it.
I'm not saying it's not a message. I'm just saying at the end, it doesn't seem like one.
It doesn't seem like it. I would agree. It doesn't seem like there's an ending that's happy or it's less happy. I agree. It doesn't seem like that. So what I like, the reason I put us in a circle is I'd like us to be able to engage in a discussion with each other. So we're going to throw this around, and when you get the question, you're going to read that question out loud, and you all are going to respond to it with each other. I'm not going to be prompting you, and what I'd like you to do is use respectful sentence starters, things like, I agree with, what did you say? Did you say one? What did you say?
Disagree with.
I disagree with, yeah. What else? What else did you say?
That's wrong.
Melinda?
I think that.
I think that, good.
I
Do
feel.
you have your hand up?
I believe that.
Okay, I believe that, good. Okay, good, excellent, this is a good start. You could also ask someone else a follow-up question if you'd like. All right, unfortunately, we only have about 10 minutes, so what we're going to do is...
Can I get it first?
All right, so Julia's going to read the first question out loud, so everyone please listen closely.
Who is the story?
Laughing.
Who is telling the story? I'll tell you what.
So I'm not going to call on you, so you guys have to practice like knowing when to come in and respect when other people are talking, and you can just jump right in if no one else is talking.
Who's telling the story?
Like I said, I'm not going to call on you, just jump in.
The
Just-
narrator,
Who is the narrator?
a little, a teenage boy or something.
How you know he cheated? They say his age on him.
No, it was read the title.
How you know he a teenager?
I don't know, just thought it.
Felt like
Making it.
Thought about it.
the way he talked.
Julia, I really like your follow-up questions. Excellent, that's modeling good follow-up questions. So, and Melinda, you think he's a teenage boy? Okay. What else would we describe? I told you I would follow up, but I would like to. What else would we describe him as? You think he's a grown man?
No, I describe him as a college student that likes to write. I describe him as a college student that has something that went on in the past. Wait, but this is not true. Something that went like this in the past, and something like this, and he just wrote this story. I don't know.
Ty, did you have a follow-up question for Julia?
I said, what happens if he's a woman? The neighbor is a woman.
Doesn't seem like it. It don't seem like it's a woman telling this story.
It's a kid. A kid.
He don't have a lot of feelings than like a female.
I guess it could be anybody unless it says something here like says I'm a man or something, right? But sometimes we're feeling it's a guy.
So again,
If
we're
you
making
read
inferences.
this story, it doesn't seem
Doesn't say it, right?
like, no, I'm not saying it doesn't say like, a female would have more feelings to this. The person don't have no, like, he had feelings but not a lot like a female.
Okay. Follow-up question. Sorry. Just to
She
make
says
sure.
she thinks he's a boy.
Okay, so a few of us think he's a boy. Do we know what race he might be?
No.
Why
Yes,
do you
he's
know that,
black.
Ariana? How do you know that?
The way they
He talk the way he talk.
Well, the way
And the place,
I don't know how to
and the
say
place,
it.
Can I
and
say
the
it?
place where he lives in Harlem.
The language he used, like he was like brother and all that stuff.
Okay. All right, next question. Excellent.
Ariante,